Is this your man?
Hello and welcome to episode 143 of our Immaterial Gamers podcast. You got me up in the top left. You got D over this way. This way. Yep, you're over this way. And we have Groot because we have some news about Groot that I'm actually
Okay.
going to start the podcast with, which is strange because
Not in the
Disney's
normal formula.
Disney's yeah. Well, I'm only going to do this one first. I'm going to put a link. Actually, I'll pop the link up on the screen. There's a link to a YouTube video that will hopefully be also in the details of this video. Hopefully, because Ryan does the YouTube side of it. That Disney Imagineers develop a cutting-edge, free-roaming, walking version of Groot. The teen version of Groot, by the looks of it. Maybe it's a young
Yeah.
version. It's hard to tell. But yeah, where is it? Boston Dynamics robotic dancing to 60s rock and roll. So I was gonna try to play the video, but I've read online that that's a big no go of somebody else's video. So all I do is put the link in the video, and we are gonna live with this little Groot figure right below me over here. Yeah, right there.
I don't know. I don't see it, but
Well, if you go onto our Twitch page, you'll see it. But yes.
okay.
So we'll go into our. Stefan says, "I am Groot." Hello, Mr. Stefan. But yes, there's a walking. Did it say walking and talking, or just walking? Walking, talking, and waving, dancing Groot. So I thought that was kind of cute and couldn't resist.
I should.
Oh, is there a shade? Yes, there's a shade. I could not resist starting the video with Groot. So yes, we will start with me for what's actually been played. And
What has been played?
this week I played a little bit of Kerbal. I still go back to my Kerbal Space Program. I don't think I did much in it though.
No, you were whinging about the graphic card.
I've been having problems with my graphics. I don't know what's going on. Any
It's
full?
up to you if you need to replace. It's
Yeah.
up to you if you need to replace it right now.
Yeah, pretty much. For those of you that don't know, I'm running the SLI 970s, two 970 cards. And for some reason, when I go full screen now, I get flickering. Everything I've read online says it has to do with the refresh rates of my TV compared to the graphics card outputting too high or something. But
Basically, they're not matching to one another.
yeah, like the performance of the TV doesn't match the performance of the graphics card. But everything was fine before, it just started happening randomly.
You even switch
So
the graphics cards around and.
yeah, I thought maybe one of my graphics cards was because I had taken my computer apart last week before the podcast to put in the NVMe, and that was a whole bunch of technical difficulties. But this time I keep looking over there because that's where my computer is, and then after I put the NVMe in, maybe I put the cards in a different order because I remembered saying I was going to reverse them just to try to balance the wear on them, so one wasn't being used and abused more than the other. And yeah, so then I'd swapped them back to the original position, or what I think is the original position, and I'm still having this weird flickering display thing. And now in Grand Theft Auto, I'm getting, after a bit of playtime, I just cannot play. It just starts to FPS lag. Uses full GPU memory and core speed. So I got to figure out what the hell's going on. It might be time for a reformat and seeing if brand new copy of Windows and brand new drivers fixes it. Cause
I don't know.
I did a clean install of my graphics drivers.
Have you done a clean install of GTA, or is it happening with all games now?
Well, it's even happening with the video footage on a full screen. like the cam
Oh.
footage that I have, it's doing it for that too on a totally different monitor. So it has nothing to do with just one monitor now. It's something to do with the graphics cards not liking full screen. Full screen
Maybe I
windowed,
need an ace.
yeah. Full screen windowed, no problem. Windowed, no problem. It's just when something goes full screen, somehow the refresh rate goes funny. When I open Space Engineers, it's either purple and flashing waves going up and down the screen or green flashing waves going up and down the screen. You can still see the image behind it, but the
You
colors
might
are
need
kind
to
of
dig yourself out.
yes, but the colors are a little off because it's faded in with green. Eventually, it stabilizes and goes normal-ish, but flickering games is not fun, especially like GTA, where all the sky's flickering and everything. It's just not fun.
Mm.
But yeah, so I played a little bit of Space Engineers, but I haven't really done much because I've been doing a lot of outdoor activities because it's now springtime. So my time is
Gardening.
getting everything set up outside. So yeah, that's for the most part. That's what I've played. What have you been playing, Dan?
Normal. There's a new thing on Warframe. New Warframe.
A new
Sever Goth.
Warframe. What's the name?
Sever the Goth.
Sever the Goth.
Sever Goth. Savagoa. No.
Sevagoth. Sevagoth
Yes.
or something. Okay.
I will get him in 3 days' time.
Oh, really?
I've been collecting him.
Oh, yeah, because you have to collect all the parts and then wait for it to craft or something.
We had to do a small quest train to get the blueprint, and then we had to do the new Void Storm missions to build the frame up, or get the pieces for him.
Okay.
But he's all based around the Railjack.
What's a railjack?
Oh
yeah, those ships.
Well, it's the ships that you fly in space.
Yep.
In a 3D space. I don't know if you want me to do any spoilers or not.
You can give away a little bit of the content, but don't give away too much of it.
Effectively, it's been in the void for God knows how long. They thought it was lost to the void, and we found it in pieces.
Okay, so he is found.
So, yeah, it's been found in the void somewhere.
All right. Well, what else have you been playing?
And he's been playing GTA with you guys, and I finished all my upgrades and everything. I bought in all the businesses, the submarine, the Avenger, everything's now upgraded 100%.
Wow.
So all that's left is vehicles.
Wow. Yeah, I'm very basic with all my stuff. I still have a lot of things to purchase.
Yeah, penthouse. Like penthouse is done. Everything's that you could buy. If you can if it's gets you money or it's a business,
If it
it's
earns
fully
you money,
upgraded 100%.
yeah.
You've even put all the bells and whistles on it, like decorations and everything. All the arcade machines. Everything you can freaking think of.
Wow.
What else? I whinged about paying for Kingdom Hearts and end up buying the first one anyway. So I spent 40 on the first two Kingdom Hearts to come together as a bundle. So it does Kingdom Hearts. It's 6 Kingdom Hearts in one. So it's Kingdom Hearts 1.5 to 2.5 and the bits in between.
Okay. So you have some of the
That's why it
earlier
wasn't
Kingdom
too
Hearts.
bad.
Yeah.
So it's the PS2 version. So it's still 40 quid for the PS2 versions, but it's another 100 if I want to get the other ones. Kingdom Hearts 3 and it's spin-off.
They're the actual PS2 versions? Like you have to play them on the PS2 or they're on the computer?
It's the remastered.
Remastered for a
they're
computer?
on Epic.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The way you said it sounded like they were only for the PS2.
It's still PS. No,
but you can play it on the
PS2
computer. I know, I'm just saying, but you can play it on the computer. It's like
they
ported
finally
forward.
brought them to Epic.
Yeah, it's ported to the computer kind of thing.
It's only took them, 15 years to bring it to the PC. And Epic's got to just bought it out recently, as I whinged about last time,
Yeah.
for like 40, 50 quid each. So I've got them for down there on the PS2. So I could actually load it on the PS2 over there, but then I'd have to hook up the PS2 and everything. But it's been remastered and not. The downside is the audio for me.
Why?
There is no way to track the audio. There's no way to. There's no
What do you
audio
mean?
settings.
There's no. Oh, okay. So the audio is just whatever the monitor's set to.
Yeah. Well, I've got Air Trumpet that can manage it a little bit. Because originally it just blew my eardrums out, and I've had to go into Air Trumpet and put it down to 10%.
Yeah.
But you can't separate the audio, the sci. It's just mono. It's a mono sound, so you can't adjust it or anything like that. It's for the volume of it through your PC.
Yeah, that makes sense. So,
but yeah, it's the Final Cut.
on
Well,
another. Oh, did you actually play more?
League
Actually,
of
I played a
Legends
bit of
with Ryan.
RimWorld.
We're doing.
I played a little bit of RimWorld.
We've been playing a few RMs, but I've been going back through Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Not the originals, the reboot ones. The one where she's a teenager.
I don't know any of those
2015
ones.
edition. Basically, they did there's 3 of them now because you got Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow Tomb Raider. They're the new set. It's how Lara Croft became Lara Croft.
Okay.
She's a teen. Like the first one I've been playing that re-going through because it's a trilogy. So I've gone from number 1. I'm gonna finish 1, then go to 2, and so on and so forth. But it's all how she's a teenager and she's never. It's how she became herself, effectively. Like how like her first adventures, how she went to her first tombs, how she learned how to be a badass. Like in this one, she's like, "Oh my god, I had to kill a guy or whatever. I'm having to survive on this island. Oh my god, I hate tombs." Dad was right, and da 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 da. It explains her process as a teenager, working through how. And like in this one, she has a bow and arrow, and at the very end of Tomb Raider, the first one of this, she gets the dual Berettas that she has.
Yeah.
At the very, very, very end, she gets the 2 Berettas, and they feel comfortable to her.
Okay.
So it's
yeah. So that basically it's just her storyline.
Yeah, it's following her storyline, but it's quite nice. I like the graphics and stuff because it's got really nice graphics.
All right.
And they're like the rain and like the rains and the textures. You can see like the raindrops and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So it's been really like the old Tomb Raiders were thingy. These ones were all like you could tell that they've put a lot of attention to detail, if you know what I mean.
They put a lot of attention. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it, actually.
There's a lot of texture and there's a bunch of texture and stuff because I'm playing on. See me on my PC's been rebuilt. I've been playing it on Ultra, so everything's Ultra.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, did you just freeze? Oh, there it goes. That was weird.
I'm just got in deck over and over again.
No, your image froze on mine for some reason, but I don't know if it was my side, your side, or what.
I don't know. It's nice to see it being graphically upgraded, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, on
just playing it for
on a back note towards my computer about the graphics, my first news article is a hope for an end of the GPU shortage comes from an unexpected source. So basically, what this news article is, I'm not going to get fully into it, but there's a mining firm out of China that has built its own mining rig that no longer uses GPUs. And it can
Oh yeah.
it can mine Ethereum by the looks of it, at the equivalent to this one rig can mine at the equivalent of 32 GeForce RTX 3080s.
Ooh, okay.
And
Because that's where all the graphics cards are going.
yes, pretty much miners have stolen all of the graphics cards.
And then
And
the rest
but
of it's been scalped and re-put on the market for like 3 times the price.
yeah, so basically,
If you want a graphics card, a
yeah,
big giant fuck you.
so basically,
I just want one.
so basically, um, this mining rig, besides the fact that it just absolutely obliterates wattage, um, it's more compact than 32 graphics cards would be.
Hmm.
But it also, right now, they estimate that it's going to cost $20,000 to $40,000 for this one rig. But if
Okay.
you put that into perspective of how much 32 graphics cards would cost, at
That's
rate
800, 38 is like 800 a pop.
well, right now they're 2,000 a pop.
Yeah.
So it would cost them $64,000 just to buy the graphics cards, and that's not to run any hardware or anything to link them together.
Yeah.
You still need
Uh,
all the
Rigging
boards that can
equipment.
handle that many, or the boards to handle multiple graphics cards, plus processors and stuff like that to link them all together and everything. So even if the price comes down, they're still gonna be pretty. I don't know what the wattage would be for 32 of those graphics cards, but
Not
that
pretty.
yeah,
I'm gonna say multiple. Well, definitely multiple, like 10,000 watt
well, this is
PSUs.
saying that this unit itself uses 200 or 2,500 watts, under 300 watts, um, and it does 3 gigahashes a second,
I'm just
which
gonna go
3
whatever.
gigahashes a second, if I'm not mistaken, I read it somewhere, is equivalent to 32 uh, GeForce RTXs. So
Well, if that takes off and becomes a thing, hopefully the graphics card will
that's
survive.
basically what
Well, the
this is
market,
saying. Um, it's news from 10
if
hours
that
ago,
does pan
so
out,
we won't see it for a while. It also depends on how
yeah.
reliable this is, but
Mm,
um, it looks like it
but
only
no,
does
because
Ethereum miner as well, so I don't know if um, it's going to
it,
be.
but it's just really screwing the market up right now.
Yeah. So hopefully,
It'd be nice if it. It'd be nice if it could level out, at least level the fucking playing field a bit for the average consumer.
yeah. Basically, what it's saying is this miner also um, mines faster than its competitor. It mines 400 mega hashes faster than its competitor and uses 500 watts less.
Mhm.
So that'll definitely at least make it a target. But I don't know if the other miner uses graphics cards or not. But even still, if they start to produce, uh, I'm surprised that more
Non-graphics.
hardware. I'm surprised that more hardware isn't being produced for doing this kind of projects because of how big cryptocurrency is becoming. Um,
But yeah, it's basically you spending like 40 grand on the graphics cards. But
yeah,
if it's gonna be its own separate hardware, at least the graphics market won't get hit as hard as it has been.
yeah.
Because at the moment it's just
If it
stupid.
if the hardware itself becomes more cost effective, then the graphics card will become more available to the gaming community rather than just the people that are making money off their computers. Because obviously, the people that are making money off their computers are gonna get it before gamers get it, unless we're $1 million gamers, which most of us are not. So hopefully they start bringing out some hardware for mining rather than using our graphics card supply.
Yeah.
Um,
Because even AMD's like, nope. Even AMD cards are getting sold as quick as can be
well,
produced.
for a while AMD had
'Cause
better.
AMD only makes. Well, AMD only makes about, was expecting to make about, what is it, 30% on the market, with Nvidia taking the other 70, pretty much.
Well, Nvidia takes about 60, and then there's some other cards out there, but
They expect to take, AMD just expect to build, like, take about 20% of the market,
well, for now,
maybe 30 at
because
tops.
Nvidia brought out that brand new technology, the 3080 technology that they have. So in other news, what game is this in? Sorry, it looks like it's in Far Cry. But in other news,
Okay.
they're bringing games like Far Cry has this new game mode that can support over 9,000 players in the same space.
Oh, Jesus.
So the
Jesus.
MMO world is gonna go crazy. I haven't seen any video footage of this, if it worked. There is video footage out there of it. I just have
I'm
not
gonna
seen
say,
any of it.
I don't know, but if it's stable, then it's gonna be a game changer.
It's
For
definitely
the
gonna
server
be
population.
it's definitely gonna be a game changer for um like MMOs and stuff like that if they can have it latency decent and
Because the biggest problem you've got with servers at the moment is it's obviously distance to the server, and each time you add a person to the server, it slows the server down to a point it has a capacity limit.
yeah, I think there must be some sort of a middleman kind of thing. So the server deals with like 60 middlemen or something like that, and each of those middlemen deals with a huge number of people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they're doing it. It doesn't actually say any of the technology.
But it's but yeah,
But yeah, basically it's saying
it's what limits the servers.
yeah. Well,
The
right
size
now
of
it's
the
saying
server.
most servers, besides like MMO servers and stuff like that, most servers in most games in general are pretty much limited to like 60 people. Like it's very rare you see a single game with more than 60 people. MMOs on a server have more than that, but they're always spread out between the world. The biggest
Yeah.
problem I see with having 9,000 people.
It's also the fact that the chunk load, like Dalaran, would have its own server. In WoW, you'd have like the main
Sometimes,
hubs.
yes. Sometimes, not always.
It's
But
the reason why
the
you
the
lag out
biggest
in Dalaran.
the
There's just so
biggest
many footfall.
the biggest problem I see with having like 9,000 people on a map is how is one person's computer like some people have enough trouble running the game they can just barely run the game.
Yeah.
So you get
It's like when
60
we're
people
playing.
around. You get 60 people around, it starts to lag. Imagine 9,000 people your game trying to register with 9,000 or 899 or 8,999 other people are doing. Whether they're
Yeah.
casting spells or attacking or moving or just.
Because it's like if you play Apex, a 60-person Apex, you can get it to run fairly stable, but if you're in the cluster of fuck, unless you've got an end game rig, you will see the graphic. The FPS will just drop.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much for the graphics card to go, what the fuck's going on here? Like, there's 59 other people. Wait, what?
And my last bit of news that I have is
Oh, you're not
this
Francis.
this Elite Dangerous news that I got. A record-breaking 85,000 light-year voyage without a fuel scoop. And I've only played Elite Dangerous a little bit, so I'm assuming the fuel scoop allows you to
Pick up the fuel on the go.
yeah, it says a must-have for any explorer is a fuel scoop. Lets you skin the surface of certain stars to top up your tank, letting you wander far from civilized space indefinitely. The furthest known point from Sol, without equipping a single fuel scoop, is that of 65,000 light years. So this guy's gone 84,341.57 light years, including one accidental detour, whatever that means.
You got pulled off causes for that.
Yeah, the people are yelling in the background. Yeah, he took an accidental detour. I don't know how he managed that, but apparently he must have done it like. He must have been there the whole time if he did a detour. It's not like he just left his computer running. Like, I'm sure he wasn't there the whole time. But I bet you what happened is maybe his cat or like he might have had a cat or something knock his mouse. So it drifted him off course. But yeah, he went 85,000 light years without a fuel scoop. Well, the fuel scoop allows you to like warp at like above light speed. So basically, he just spent a lot of time just traveling in a straight line, which is
he kind of desert bust it.
Yeah, pretty much actually, including the detour. he pretty much desert busted. But yeah,
because good old desert bus.
Yeah, when does desert bus happen? I don't remember. Chiz isn't here to respond, so we don't know.
It's near Halloween.
Is it near Halloween?
It's Halloweenish. Between Halloween and Christmas. That kind of time frame.
Okay.
It's in the fall.
So here's some other news that might change something. The inventor of Bitcoin.
Oh God.
The inventor of Bitcoin is now filing a copyright
Bitcoin.
claim on cryptocurrency.
I really hate cryptocurrency because it makes no sense.
It really doesn't. Like, I don't know how to sell it. I don't know how to do anything with it. So
I don't understand cryptocurrency, and I just know it's where all the GPUs and
yeah, they
CPUs
stole all
are going right now.
Well, not really CPUs. They're not taking too many CPUs, but they're
Ew.
stealing all of our
The
graphics.
GPUs is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I wonder.
I was looking forward to RTX cards, and then that happens.
Yeah, and they even said they were going to try their best to avoid allowing miners to pick up all the cards too, but obviously that didn't happen. So
yeah, they've got the money.
Yeah.
If you got the miners, then you've got the money to just outright buy them all.
Well, yeah, like I said, their machines are what's making their money, so they want to keep their machines up to top tier. So, oh, I missed one.
Yeah,
for some reason, I didn't post that one. This one's a big one for all of us. Well, at least for me, more or less than anybody else.
Some kind of space game then.
Actually, these are two topics that I want to talk about. No, it's Teamfight Tactics based. Teamfight Tactics. No. Teamfight Tactics could eventually break away from the League of Legends client. and be its own standalone client. So we no longer
Okay.
need to download all of League of Legends just to play TFT. Sort of like on the phone, how you can play TFT, but you can't play. Well, now you can actually play League of Legends on your phone too, but that's been ported over. But that'd be fucking hard.
Yeah. It's like it's because Riot's been branching out this year. There's loads on the branching out
Well,
Riot.
yeah, it's not so much that. It's just more that phones are becoming really powerful now. Like the processors and stuff in phones is just really powerful. So, it's just easy to what's it called? They have the performance that they need.
But yeah, it's also the new season's coming in soon. They've just been releasing the who's gonna do what and how they're gonna be built for the new season of TFT. That's been released recently for the next season.
Here's a story for the UK actually. So we all know Microsoft. Most of us are using Windows. We may not like them that much, but
it's the platform that we use.
Yeah, and we
got the
can't really
platform.
deny. Like, I'm sure there's some people that don't like Bill Gates, but I don't necessarily dislike Bill Gates. He's donated lots of money to lots of charities. He's worth shit tons of money, and maybe he's stealing all of our personal information. Well, we know he's stealing personal information from us, but whether or not we want to just believe that he's using it to make our experience better, or if he's using it to make money, who knows? But I don't want to get into that whole mousetrap.
That's the corporate man. Yeah. The corporate machine.
But he does try to, like I said, donate money, try to help out the environment and stuff like that as much as he can. So he's building the world, or sorry, not the world's fastest, the UK's fastest supercomputer. But he's building it entirely by powered entirely by renewable energy.
Green computer. Well, green supercomputer.
Yeah. And it's going to have 60 petaflops of processing power.
Wow. That's a lot.
And does it say it's going to cost 1.2 billion? Why does it have an N after billion? Like 1.2 BN? I just had like it might have been a typo. It's right beside B. N's right beside B. But yeah, it's 1.2 billion pounds, and it's more than double the processing power of any other in Britain today. But it doesn't say. He says it's powered by 100% renewable juice. But does it say? Yeah, as climate change develops, policymakers make a choice about how much bigger a tidal barrier we need. Where to build flood defenses. Your home won't flood, and you'll think you were lucky. What? I don't know what the hell he's saying. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, partly. It's basically the UK is meant to be going under the water in the next foreseeable future.
Especially England.
Yeah. South is basically due to go fairly soon.
But it doesn't say anywhere about what kind of renewable energy it's using. But basically, they're trying to reduce their greenhouse footprint. Wait a minute. I don't like that he's using. It says he's using GPUs. That's not cool. The supercomputer will be built with help from Cray, now owned by HP Enterprises. Cray used NVIDIA, Intel, and AMD chips in the past projects. So, combination of possible CPUs and GPUs from companies most associated with gaming PC hardware. Give us back our GPUs, damn you! Why does everybody want to steal our GPUs? I know, like, NVIDIA came out with this new technology and they're really powerful, but we want some too!
The general public.
Yeah.
Please.
The people that work their asses off to make their little bits of money want a GPU. But yeah.
Dangle that shiny bait, and it's like, you want this? We'll reduce it. We'll reduce the price because they realized the 2 series was just too expensive.
Yeah. This 2
there's,
series was way too expensive for very little upgrade. So NVIDIA decided, oh, well, we'll give back to the population. We'll make an even better card and reduce the price. Well, that helped. Not! Bastards.
Yep.
I hate you, mining companies.
Yeah, but we need to get the freaking parts off. But yeah,
oh well, it is what it is. There's not much we can do. But I think that's about it for thing. Unless Groot has some news. I think Groot just wants to talk about his dancing robot friend. So.
Groot just wants to go.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
I am Groot.
Alright, so I think that's it
I still
for
find
us.
it funny that I still find it funny that Thor actually took Groot as an elective in Asgard College or whatever.
Yeah. But I think that's everything. And if you like what you've seen, like, follow, subscribe, give us a share even. Every bit helps. Comment on us, yell at us, give us lots of love or hate, whatever you want to do. And we'll be back next week with a podcast. And we're back every day just about with some sort of video. So have fun.
It'll be on the Apple podcast and whatnot.
Oh yeah, our audio goes to podcasts everywhere.
Yeah, all the major platforms or whatever.
Pretty much everywhere. I've found even some minor platforms that have it, so it's pretty much everywhere. As long as they have the RSS feed that normal podcasters use, we're in there. So have a good one, everybody.